Hello and welcome. Today we're in Ukraine. Look at what's behind me. The beautiful VABs that have arrived from the French army and are currently being upgraded here. This equipment is unfit for combat. I can finally share this video so it's less blurred than before, because the hangar is now empty. They finished clearing it and converted the VABs to send to the front line a few weeks later. There are no more security issues with this hangar, even if you find it, which I think will be hard. It's empty now. And then, crazy thing, I find myself with Chat Noir. Chat Noir, who is that? He's a Frenchman from the French army, who served in the French army, who went on a lot of missions, and who's here, and who's going to be able to come with us. You won't see his face, you'll hear his voice. Hello, Chat Noir.
Hello to you.
So we already have 3 types of VAB around us, right?
There's infantry, command, and medical. We're walking around, let's go, I'm following you.
So I can already see that they've been stripped of their military equipment.
Yes, absolutely, they're bare, they're completely bare, so they need to be re-equipped with whatever weapons they have available.
They're installing 12.7s that require you to expose yourself to shoot. No.
Honestly, someone my size, it's not a problem. Yeah. We manage fine, but for people who are much taller, like the one you saw earlier, it's not possible for them.
Yeah, it would be complicated.
Well, for him, it's only going to be in the back. He's a
little slimmer than me.
There you go.
But it's still a pretty average build. You wouldn't say that. Skinny cats, you know.
In the army and skinny cats, we're really well appreciated because we're hard workers.
Resilient and they run for a long time, etc. Okay, are you the one responsible for the armor? Have you had any feedback about the VAB here?
I know, some of them were blown up in 2023 near Kherson, among other places. And then I can't remember which other city though. 6 or 7 of the first arrivals were already blown up.
There you go, but we still gave out almost 200 now. There are still a lot that have arrived. Based on feedback, people call it the French BTR. It's a Soviet vehicle, so it's similar to a BTR. Maybe it means something to you, but what color is that?
It's autumn.
It's a classic autumn color. He didn't adjust?
I knew him in Yugoslavia, we were in the sand in Iraq, but I've always worked here, always worked in France with this kind of color.
So we said there were 3 versions, a troop transport version, the classic version. So there isn't that. When you compare it to other more recent systems, obviously, if you look at the serval, etc., there are no fire detectors, there are no canisters that discharge automatically, but at least it's armored. And then as for the assumptions, it's still...
But there's one that's also a model with the anti-tank ones. Since there are the mounts on the ceiling, I can't remember which one it is. No, well, they say that's medical. Well, I have my doubts. For me, that's command. Because there are tablets, there's a bit of everything, so, well, they modify things, they do as they want.
What do you mean they modify? What are they doing here?
I think, first of all, it's going to be epilepsy equipment that's going to be put on it.
They're putting 12.7 cannons back on.
12.7S or higher calibers.
Oh yeah, they have everything here, that's true.
They can do anything. Give them iron and they'll make a barbecue.
It's incredible, so they put cannons on top. Then there's electronic warfare, so they put dreams on it, as they call it. That helps avoid some of it, that's what they told me, so it's included in the package. And then there's the protective cage. I see that some of them have payloads.
Yeah, I think that's for the bags.
Yeah, add some logistics to that.
The cruise bags, since there's very little space inside.
I see small cheniers too.
Yeah, so from what I was told, it was Swedish, it's really outdated though.
Okay, it's already translated for you, yeah, but I think that's V206. But you see, because with the small breed, it's not bad to have some chenille tracks. That's actually pretty nice. At the back, same thing, I guess.
But on the other hand, at the back, you'll compare it with the VAB and you'll see.
Okay, indeed.
And I think that's the squad leader spot right there. And then the men are on the sides.
That'll make a good system. Some vassals,
in a way.
No matter what happens on the field.
The vassals, in my opinion, are really struggling with those drones. Because we shouldn't forget that the Russians, they hit civilians and medical vehicles.
I'm still pleasantly surprised by how good their condition is. At least externally, they're all functional and know how to drive. Well, we should tell you, it was a complete coincidence. That is, they didn't know we started by speaking English earlier. They didn't know I was French, and I didn't know someone else was French. The communications teams paired us up simultaneously, not realizing he was French. It's still quite an amazing thing, so that's what we remember. The VAB, it is appreciated for its robustness, reliability, and ease of maintenance. From what I know, it's neither the most modern nor the most efficient. The Patres and even the Ukrainian systems produced in Ukraine are favored, are preferred by the Ukrainians. But given the lack of available equipment, it does the job, it works for rotations, for medical purposes, for command. It's a good machine. Does it still have a future here? But the minimum to be able to survive in reality is to install jammers to prevent kamikaze drones from targeting us until the last moment, and to put a cage around it. Because there are still quite a few drones that have artificial intelligence or fiber optics that can't be jammed, so they're going to go all the way to impact. And in that case, you need cages around and also detectors at the front. And then they integrate tablets like Kropiva, all these applications that let you know where your friends are, where your enemies are. Also, remember, we're at war without global positioning systems, so it's about navigating at night and more. They also have ways to find their bearings, because at night, when you're walking through the fields, it's a bit complicated, you can't take a bearing. And so they also have cameras, night vision goggles to help them.
From now on?
Yes, to go out at night. Apparently there aren't enough, but in the meantime, they can already do part of the work. And that's why a good part of the movements happen at sunrise or sunset, because those are the times when observation drones are least effective and see less movement during the day. Today, there are no more armored vehicles moving. Even what we used to say a year or two ago about artillery would fire, it would explode, and then quickly we would leave to avoid counter-battery fire. Today, it's the opposite. We fire and then hide in armor in a sort of shelter that's right next to us. Compared to 2 years ago, the procedure now lets the radar immediately detect where fire came from if we try to escape. But above all, the Russians send drones, and so the Lancet drones, etc., will pursue the artillery pieces. We hide rather than try to escape quickly. That's why this type of vehicle is useful, even when we have a wounded person. In the morning at 8 o'clock, he'll wait with his tourniquet until the evening to be able to wait for the evacuation that will come. At dusk,
they're supposed to drive at 90 kilometers per hour.
Yes, that's a good point, but the drones go at 220. Yes?
Yes, I've seen them so many times, but on the other hand, those are machines that can go anywhere.
Yes, they are very stable, very balanced. Yes, yes. Here's another cool feature on the VAB. Do you know what it is? Look where we are. Hop, take a good look. And now, does that ring a bell? Inside there, a turbine. Yeah, because I answer, go ahead, say it.
It's an amphibious vehicle. It's able to go on water. Those are thrusters.
It can cross. So, well, it still has to be watertight. Yes.
He has to check everything. All the seals, the doors, all the hatches. It's a preparation that takes a whole day, right?
There are people who complain that by sending this kind of equipment, it would end up in the trash. Giving this equipment to Ukraine actually saves us money. Several companies are upset because giving equipment to Ukraine cancels dismantling contracts they lost. It's good because giving away this equipment saves us money, as they're being replaced by Serval and Griffin vehicles. So, if there are AMX-30s currently being dismantled, if anyone is watching us, stop right now, give them to us, send them here.
With the right wine barrel and the 12.7, I'll be the happiest man.
And like that, our friend Black Cat will be able to be effective. Didn't you see? We're not allowed to show those serial numbers. Thank you. Black friends, we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. We're going to continue our little tour, and we'll see you very soon.